Hey, we're going to do a quick video on how to replace a tire or dismount and mount one for fixing a leak or whatever. We've got the tire machine here and the balancer. We got this tire, it's got a screw in it. So we're going to break it down, patch the hole, and then put it back together and balance it. So the first step is to take the valve core out. So we've already done that with a little tool like this. Has kind of a slot head on it, so it can take that valve core out. It's like a screwdriver. Now we'll take the weights off and go from there. Okay, so now we've got the tire with the bead breaker set right there. We're going to do this a few times and work our way around the tire. This pedal on the right does the bead breaker, so we'll do that. It's pneumatic. You gotta avoid the valve core or the valve stem on vehicles with TPMS, so that breaks it off the bead. And then, oh, looks like it got it all the way around. Usually the front breaks easier than the back, so that's nice. One try. Now we're doing the back. Normally it takes 2 or 3 times. You just gotta kind of rotate it around. Okay, we're able to get the back in just 2 tries. Now we'll put some of this, we'll just brush it around the bead liberally. So you can grab that brush. It's kind of stuck in there. And then just run that around inside all the way around on the front and the back. The more lube, the better. Okay, now we can put the tire up on with the wheel on top of the tire machine. About the smallest this will do is a 15-inch wheel, so we'll just get it centered on here, and then we'll click the middle pedal. Just click it down and then let up, and then it centers the wheel and it's nice and secure. Then we'll bring this arm up here and lower it down, and we'll see how close it is. So looks like we need to adjust this in. Just unscrew this a little bit until it's nice and tight up here. We can tighten that back just a little, just there we go. And then use this handle to lock the arm down. Sorry, one-handed filming is terrible. Okay, so that's locked and the arm will stay against this. That just keeps the tire iron from getting up on the bead of the tire. So we'll stick this in here and just get it on the bead there and pry it up and over, and then push the far left pedal to rotate the wheel. Oh, so we'll get it, hit that pedal and rotate it, and okay, we can take the iron out. It's up on the shoe there. Keep rotating. We don't need the iron. And then get the tire up there. Good. Now we'll lift the tire up and put the iron down to the bottom, the back side there, and lift up and then pry off of the mounting head. Okay, pry it down. Good. And then push that same pedal, rotate it around, keep going until it's loose. There, we dismounted the tire, and now we can release this lock, and this out of the way and get the tire off. Now we'll do our repair and then we'll mount it again. Okay, now we're ready to mount this again. We will re-lube the bead on both sides. Go. Okay, now he's got both sides lubed. We'll put it up here. We'll swing this arm into place and then drop it down. Go ahead and pull it all the way down, and then we'll push this lever up, and then go ahead and hit the pedal to run it around in a circle, and the mounting head will kind of do its thing. Sometimes you just kind of help the tire around until it pops on, and then we'll push it down and do the same thing. Just kind of run it. Sometimes you got to help it, especially on a low profile. Oops. So back it up. So lift that pedal up. Okay. Well, can you hold this? Okay, we're gonna push that down all the way, and then we need to push this down right here, and then go ahead. It'll help the tire stretch its way around. There we go. Okay, push pause. Okay, now we will click the center pedal to let it loose, and we'll connect the air line here. So grab that air line and connect it on there. You just, there we go. And then stand the tire up on end. Okay. On there. Yeah, any which way is fine. Here, let's put it right in the middle here. Okay, it has a bead blaster on here, but normally I found that it works better just to stand the thing up and then add some air. This pedal is the bead blaster, and the airline. Halfway down just does the airline only, and it adds air to it. You can hear that and see that the bead is sealed, and it popped right on the bead, real easy that way. And then to see the pressure, it just let off and it shows the pressure. So we'll keep adding pressure till we get up to about 40 pounds. Okay, so let's check the pressure. Still need a little bit more. We're about 35. Okay, so now we're gonna put the valve core back in. We'll just use this valve core tool. Take this off real quick and stick the valve core in. And you just tighten it up like a screwdriver just till it's snug, and we'll top off the air pressure. Okay, so now we'll take the tire off. It's all inflated, it's not leaking, and we'll put it on the tire machine. We'll put the back side on facing this cone. We've verified that the cone fits the hub just right, so we'll slide it up, lift it up onto the cone, and then we'll attach it on here with the this cup here. So the cup goes on here, and you can squeeze these to get it kind of up there started, and then just spin the tire while you're holding this. Spin the tire backwards like that, and just hold this. You don't have to squeeze these, so you just hold the handle and keep turning the tire until it gets snug. This will get the tire centered on that cone so that it runs pretty true during the balancing process. Just snug, so that's perfect. And now we can just spin it and make sure it's not wobbling weird or anything, to make sure it's true while we're balancing it. Next up, turn the machine on and put some measurements into the machine. So we'll see how far away the tire is from the machine in centimeters. So it's about, or millimeters, so it's right about 800 millimeters, or 80 millimeters, not 800. And then we'll go to the width of the wheel with these calipers. Just set it on the bead on both sides. Oops, sorry about that beautiful view. And measure. Here, can you hold it? And we'll measure the width of the wheel right here. It's at 8, so we'll plug 8 in here. And then the last thing is the wheel size. Take a look for the wheel size on here. Looks like these are 17-inch wheels. So now we'll add 17 in here. And the last thing is where we want our weights to be. So this is an indication of where the weights will be on the wheel. So the outside bead and the outside bead, if we were going to put stick-on weights on the inside of the wheel because we didn't want clip-ons on the outside of the wheel, then we could change the mode to aluminum and then rotate between these till they're where you intend to put the weights, because that will have an impact on what the weight measurements indicate. Now we'll start up the balance. So just lower the lid, it'll spin the tire, it says go on here, and then it'll tell us the weight that needs to go on each side in ounces. So we need 1 ounce on the inside of the wheel and 2 ounces on the outside of the wheel. To tell where on the wheel, we just look at these indicators. When these all light up, that means we can put a weight at 12 o'clock, top of the wheel. So we'll rotate it up until, okay, there, right at 12 o'clock, we're going to put 1 ounce right here. We're going to clip a 1 ounce weight on here, and we can hold the brake pedal to keep the wheel in place. Okay, so 1 ounce. There are half a dozen different shapes of beads, and this is the MC shape. It's 1 ounce, so we'll just clip it on here right at 12 o'clock. I reuse my old weights. Okay, now we'll go to the other side. Okay, so now we've got the second weight on this side, 2 ounces. We'll lower it, and then hopefully we have 0 ounces to add. Shoot, 1.25. So we'll see where it wants them. Sometimes that happens. So it wants the extra 1/2 ounce in a little different spot from where the original weight was. We'll take care of that till we get them all done, but that's the process. Then you just take it off and mount it on your car like normal.